What's up guys, today's video is Brelshaza Game 5 guides. I know some of you are afraid of Game 5 and 6 as you will face the real Brelshaza. They are notorious among Lost Ark users, but Game 5 is a lot easier than you think. I will tell you exactly which one to remember, so don't worry. And there are two basic terms. First, remembering positions. Number times 3 and number times 3 plus 1. In Game 5, figure pattern which its main mechanic will meet comes out twice. During the first figure pattern, both party 1 and 2 must run to their number times 3. During the second figure pattern, both party 1 and 2 should run to their number times 3 plus 1. Second, battle items. The recommendations are time stop potion, potions, whirlwind grenade, and swiftness robe. Now let's look at main patterns. There are only 3 main patterns and you must memorize them. As you enter Game 5, party members should land powerful skills to quickly lower boss's HP until 180. At 180, figure pattern begins. Until 140, white and black figures spawn per 5 health bar and players must eat those figures to solve the mechanic. Party 1 white and party 2 black. Then how many figures do we need to eat? Multiply your number by 2. For example, if you're number 4 in party 2, you have to eat a total of 8 black figures. Also, opposite color can erase your stack, so be careful. Attack the boss filling your figure stacks and stop attacking the boss around 140. Check your stacks for the main pattern. You can know how much you weight right above your mana bar. Plus figure mark appears above your head. 2 stacks circle, 4 stacks rhombus, 6 stacks hexagon, and 8 stacks star. If 8 players successfully fill their appropriate number of figure stacks, attack the boss dodging figures. As soon as it reaches under 140, run to your number times 3 positions. Blue line will appear and a giant figure hole will spawn below the player who ate the black figure. Then point of view changes and a white figure mark is given to a random player for 4 times. Meteor falls to the player who has the white figure mark, so the player with white figure mark must feed the meteor at a right hole. Watch the shape of white figure and run to the hole that has the same shape. The meteor is well fed, the hole slowly explodes and constantly gives damage nearby, to get away from the hole as the white figure mark disappears. You fed all 4 meteors, you successfully clear the first figure pattern. Soon the boss appears at center and falls into groggy. It's time for free DPS. After the groggy, some basic patterns get reinforced. To give you a small tip, there are 2 danger things you should watch out. First one is laser. The boss uses laser in order during the first figure pattern. Horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. And this laser can one-shot players, so you must dodge it. Second is land explosion. The boss creates land explosion underneath 7 players without the white figure mark. It's better to leave the exploding fields in the middle and run to the safe places. At 110, Stagger pattern comes out. The boss shows the purple light in order between 2 selections. Right, left, middle, or left, right, middle. Suddenly 2 black spheres appear at left and right. Party 1 takes care of left side, and Party 2 takes care of right side. Stagger 2 spheres in order that the boss showed, and stagger the boss in the middle. Let's pretend that the order was left, right, middle. Party 1 quickly stagger the black sphere at left, and use emoji to let Party 2 know the first stagger is done. And Party 2 finish staggering the second black sphere at right. After the second stagger, they all stagger the boss in the middle. While staggering the boss in the middle, the boss summons clones to silence players with massive damage. 1 in north and 1 in south. Therefore, 1 player from each party must counterattack the clone to prevent silence and big damage. If counterattack fails, players get silent with massive damage. 2 fails, it's almost impossible to solve the stagger pattern. To solve the pattern easier, party members should decide 2 players who will counterattack the clone before entering Game 5. 1 player from party 1 and another from party 2. Player from party 1 counterattack the clone in north, and a player from party 2 counterattack the clone in south. If counterattack is difficult, you can use time stop potion after staggering Brelshaza, but I don't recommend it. If stagger is not done in time, game's over. If stagger was not done in order, game's over too. If stagger is done well, 2 portals spawn at left and right. 4 members in party 1 all join the portal at left. In party 2, 3 members join the portal at right, and 1 player stay outside with Brelshaza. Game's over once there is no one fighting Brelshaza and even when aggro is off. Therefore, the player who dribbled the boss must pull the aggro until party members rejoin. Inside the portal, both parties meet the small version of Q which you met in Game 4. You use the same basic pattern, so it's not going to be difficult to kill it. Fighting the small cube buff marbles spawn around the map. If you're party 1, each player must see 3 distribution buff marbles. If you're party 2, single player must eat 12 solo buff marbles. Normally, supporters eat 12 solo buff marbles because you earn bleed per marble. When cube's HP reaches 10, Stagger bar appears below the small cube. Throw whirlwind grenade and use skills to stagger the cube because it gives plenty of buff marbles for staggering the cube. Soon, buff marbles will spawn everywhere. All party members got their buff, kill the small cube and quickly get out of the room using the portal as the room explodes in a few seconds. Also try to kill the small cube at a similar time with another party, as buff you got has time limits. Rejoining the single player who's fighting Brelshaza alone, the boss moves to center and cutscene comes out. After the cutscene, the boss creates a shield around her and shows 5 yellow lines. 1, 1, 2, and 1 again. Players must break the shield and stagger the boss following yellow lines. If you don't stand on the yellow line, you get silenced, which means you have to stand on the yellow lines to stagger the boss. You did? Then find the safe zone which matches the directions you saw. At 85, second figure pattern begins. It's almost the same with the first figure pattern. Until 54, black and white figures spawn around the map per 5 health bar. Same with before, each your color figure for a number times 2 amount. Stop attacking the boss at 54 and players check their stats. When figure mark is well given above their head, attack the boss to reach 50. As it reaches 50, party members must run to their number times 3 plus 1 positions. Blue line will appear and a giant figure hole will spawn below the player who ate the black figure. Like you did in first figure pattern, beat the right meteor watching Y figure mark. This time there is no one shot laser but there is giant land explosion. The large round area around the figure hole explodes in order 9, 3, 12, and 6. Dodge those explosions and feed the right meteor. To give you a small tip, if someone fails to sustain the figure stack until 50 or fails to feed the right meteor, use time stop potion as soon as the meteor reaches the ground. Parties can survive even though there was a mistake. Next, these are simple but important patterns. Try to remember. Blue separate. The boss holds hands in front and it shows a blue light. At the same time, purple bar appears above 4 random players. Between the 4 players, there is one who got infected. If your keep gets connected to other players, you're the one. Just separate until the bar disappears. Red gather. The boss holds hands in front and shows a red light. Purple bar appears above 4 random players. Gather until the bar ends. Others who got the thorn must get away from players. Black gather. Black circle is given to a random player. It gives massive damage to players who are standing on it, but the given damage is divided. Ping the black circle and gather. 3 safe zones. Black shards appear around the boss and it knocks out players. Soon 3 safe zones spawn below several players. Quickly gather inside the safe zone to survive. For survival, at least 2 players must get inside the safe zone for protection. If it's too far, or you're the only one inside the safe zone, use time stop potion. 2 safe zones. The boss pushes players nearby and draws a magic circle that explodes. Then 2 safe zones appear below random players. Get inside the safe zone or get away to avoid the explosion. After the explosion, a short line appears below players and attacks. When you get hit by the line, you get Oblivion debuff. This debuff silences you after using skills for 5 times. Under 90, safe zone's color changes, 1 green and 1 blue. Green zone is the same one, but blue zone is not. Players inside the blue zone divide the given damage each other and earns 20% increase of attack speed for 15 seconds. Oblivion. Beam of light comes out twice in a row. If you look at the light, you get Oblivion debuff, so don't look at it. It comes out 3 times under 90. Black hole. Brelshaza raises her hands and shows a small black sphere, and the boss randomly gives a circle mark to a player. After a few seconds, the black sphere falls above the circle mark, and it becomes a giant black hole. Leave the black hole away from the center and get away from it. Self-destruction marble. During Game 5, self-destruction marbles spawn around the map. Marbles follow a player who attacks it and explodes when HP reaches 0. This marble can delete your HP, but you should get away from it. Or you can become the aggro player and kill self-destruction marbles away from the boss. Below 90, exploding area becomes larger, and self-destruction marbles that destruct in donut shape also spawn. Now let's look at basic patterns. Rush. Shards appear around Brelshaza, then the boss rises and rushes. During the rush, dark donuts spawn, so watch out. Under 140, counterattack effect can come out after the rush. Shield rush. Similar with rush, but the boss has a shield. When someone blocks the way, the boss stops the shield rush and knocks out players nearby. Players nearby get big damage, so supporters or tanky classes with shields should block the boss. If no one blocks the way, the boss attacks in donut shape. A red sector form. The boss creates a large sector form that explodes. Cross laser. The boss charges energy and shoots laser that comes back. If the boss shoots laser in plus shape, it comes back in X shape. Vice versa. She shows trajectory line first, so dodge it. Under 90, it appears at a random position. Drawing thick laser. Brelshaza draws thick lines over the map that explodes in order. Under 90, number of thick laser increases. Drawing lines. Brelshaza draws lines on the ground and makes it explode. There are 3 kinds. First, cross shape. Square in the middle is safe. Second, puppy's paw. Outside safe. Third, star shape. Outside safe. Tentacles. The boss shows dark aura around her and shows where she will attack with her tentacles. Get to safe directions or else you will get pushed away. Under 140, dangerous round zones that turn you into a stone spawn during the tentacle pattern, so be careful. Throwing shards. The boss throws shards around her. Around where shards fell explode once. Under 140, its pattern comes out as she throws shards. Remember the safe zone to avoid it. Broken glass. The boss shows safe zone and breaks the glass. Get inside plain zones or get away from the glass field. 3 sector form. Brelshaza attacks in sector form for 3 times following the aggro player. If you get it pushes you away and outer section of sector form explodes. Counterable at 3rd attack. 1 sector form. Brelshaza charges energy and attacks in large sector form. Then the outer section explodes. Imprisoned floor. Brelshaza spins once and summons many imprisoned floors. It comes out twice in a row. Save ones who got imprisoned. Under 140, it comes out for 4 times. Step back and laser. The boss steps back and shoots laser. After the first step back, she steps back again and shoots 3 lasers at front. Under 140, she shoots marbles that split into 2. Step back and explode. The boss steps back and makes an explosion at her footage. It knocks you off, so don't stay in front of her. Wall. Yellow trajectory line appears in circle. Then the wall rises above the line. If you contact the wall, it gives you a bit of damage. Use spacebar if you want to get out. Small meteor. The boss holds hands in front and shows orange light. Soon small meteor falls from the sky. Easy to dodge. Small explosion. The boss cracks the ground in front and makes a small explosion. Explosion also knocks you off, so don't stay in front of the boss. Below 140, explosion happens toward 3 directions. Magic circle explosion. The boss summons magic circles that explode. Darkness explosion. Green circles appear to random players. This green circle gives you darkness debuff and explodes after a few seconds. But leave it away from the boss. Running meteor. Brelshaza opens portals that summon yellow meteors. Soon meteors run straight, so be careful. Under 90, it comes out in a zigzag shape. Red donut. Brelshaza teleports with a red shield and shows red donut to attack. Get to the safe zone. Under 140, counterable. And that's the end of basic patterns. Before we end the video, I would like to share some tips about Esther's skill. Normally, people use Esther's skill twice during Game 5. You should use after the first and second figure pattern. Brelshaza falls into groggy, so use Esther's skill as soon as the boss appears in the middle. If your party DPS is high, use Esther Shandy to slow the time for more DPS. If your party DPS isn't that high, just use Azena. And this is all about Game 5. We're going to post our Game 5 summary at our community page, so don't forget to hit subscribe for more information. Thank you for watching the video, and we'll be back with Game 6 guides. Thank you.